So I have never in my life visited the United Kingdom, but I've realized a lot of viewers from across the United Kingdom. I don't know how this has happened, but something like 25 to 30% of all my views are coming from the United Kingdom. So I want to see if somebody who has never been to the United Kingdom, can guess where I am in the country. Countries, multiple countries. By doing this, so let's take a look. So I'm assuming this is just Wales, England, Scotland, Northern Ireland. That's where we are. I'm restricted to. Now we have some fences, but looks like there's some barbed wire and like chicken wire fence. This isn't what I'm used to farming fences looking like in the UK. Funny story, actually. I don't know if I've ever told this on here, but before COVID, I almost moved to the UK. Is that not some iced tea or something like that? Very green rolling hills. Power poles, we're gonna keep it walking. Got some horses over there. Yeah, so before COVID happened, I had actually applied to study abroad. And when you put in your application, you had to select 3 different colleges, just in case you don't get in the first one. And the 3 that I chose were Belfast, a university in Belfast, I can't remember the name at the moment, a university in Edinburgh, and the University of Liverpool. And what it was they had a thing happening at the time. I don't know if it's still the case now, because the UK's immigration laws have changed so much over the last few years. But they had this law that I think Boris Johnson had proposed, where if you are an international student studying abroad in the UK, and you complete your final semester of schooling while in the country, they would grant you a 1-year visa to find a job to stay in the country. So my plan was to go to one of those colleges, Liverpool, Glasgow, or Belfast, and I was going to do my final semester there, graduate, and then I'd have a year to find a job to stay in the country, and then after 5 years I would have gotten PR and become a permanent resident in the UK. That was my original plan, but then COVID happened, and that ended up not happening. I had to do my final semester online, and then I ended up moving to Australia. Now it says polite notice, no parking, please leave clear, but this is big to me because if this was Wales, that sign would have to have Welsh on it. So I can say for sure that we're not in Wales, we're in either England, Scotland, or Northern Ireland. This looks like a very cool looking building here. Horses. Very descriptive, looks like a clothesline there. You have a greenhouse. This is... I feel like this is not down here. I don't know why. I feel like we're in this sort of region here between like Newcastle and Birmingham, somewhere in this range. We have a blue car here, but like we have... This is the polite notice again. It says please do not feed the horses. We're coming out the road. Alright, I'm gonna make a guess. We actually might be up here in like the Lake District area. So if I go back to the start, on this little tiny road, we're facing north-northeast. I'm gonna say maybe we're like out here somewhere. No, we were in Wales. Oh, but that sign wasn't in Welsh. That's crazy. Where was that? Perthgillun. Near Hun. I'm trying to remember the W is an U. Double L is Hunono. I think. Welsh is tricky. It's 203 miles away from that one. Okay, we're near a powered thing here. CCTV and response. Okay. We have these sort of crooked trunk trees. They actually look very, very cool. I like those. But yeah, so that was my original plan. I don't know if I've ever actually talked about that on this channel. This woman is just sitting here on a bench between two potted plants on her phone. I don't see any sort of bus stop sign, so I think she's just doing this for fun. But it almost seems like she sort of like set up this spot as like her hangout spot. We have this field with a bunch of, looks like sheep. But see, now the sheep, that makes me think of Wales as well, but we just had Wales. But I know they have a lot of sheep there, but I don't think we'll get back-to-back Wales. We have some cows. Now, I don't think Northern Ireland really has farmland like this from what I understand, and to be honest, I don't understand much, so take it with a massive grain of salt. But I think Northern Ireland is like pretty much not like industrialized, but urbanized, suburbanized across a vast majority of it. Some more sheep here. I always like the sheep with the dark faces. I don't know if there's like a difference between the sheep with the dark faces and the sheep with the lighter faces, but I always just think the dark-faced sheep look really cute. Some fertilizer here. Farmer going about his business. We have a yellow license plate. Oh, look at this house. See, this is what I love about the UK. These sorts of houses, these old brick houses. And this one has a bit of a dilapidated roof. But if there's another country or series of another place in the world that has houses like this, I'm not actively aware of it. I just think it's so neat and cool. West Mains Farm. The yellow license plate, I wish I remembered where that was from. Once upon a time I knew what that indicated. You have a little bit of a gully here. It's very nice. Got all these sheep. You have this house here. The Audi, the Range Rover. Tricklebank. That's such a cool, cute little house named Tricklebank. Actually, hold on. I do think we might be in Wales again because, and this is something I learned the other day, houses in Wales do not have house numbers. They have house names. And you see this house is called Tricklebank. That other house down there had a name. So I actually do think we're in Wales again because these houses do not have house numbers. And that is a Welsh thing. So we might be sort of out here in the Welsh countryside again, but no, we were up in Edinburgh, between Edinburgh and Glasgow. 242 miles away, so maybe they do the same thing up there. I'm not 100% certain. Alright, we have the really high hedgerows now. That's the really tall hedgerows. With some of the trees. Big gate there with, is that like a cattle grate? What is this? Hallgrave Road, okay. We're getting a lot of rural areas. That almost looks like an American house, just the style of it. I love that tall blue letterbox. I think this is definitely England if they have a letterbox like that. We have a little sign here, but I think it's just probably a warning sign, yeah, just telling you it's curving to the left. Very narrow road though, and I don't imagine this is a one-way road. You know, two-way traffic going down this would have to be a terrifying experience, especially in the middle of the night. You have these red barn buildings here, like 4 or 5 of them it looks like. So I think this is like a farming area, but maybe a more upscale, like affluent area. Just because you have a lot of really big houses on really big plots of land. And so I think that you could be... What's a rich place out here? Let's keep going. Okay. Can I not move forward? There we go, that was weird. Alright, I think we're in an expensive area. Maybe. It's so tricky, like, but look at this. Yeah, big houses, big plots of land. Maybe we're like, I don't know, like down in here or something, near Canterbury. No, we're in Northern Ireland, 430 miles away. Not great. Rugby Road. Wow. Alright then. I wonder if there's a rugby pitch. The Highlands. Very cool looking wrought iron fence there. Got some poster with that lady. Guy here's. He was concerned by the Google car. Rugby, oh my god, like rugby on the bins. That's actually crazy. I've never seen anything like that before. Rugby, but that's obviously not like the name of the town or anything. Wait, there's a stadium down there. Can I go down there? I think that's at Coventry. Hold on. Coventry Stadium. Alright, so we're in Coventry. Now I just need to find where Coventry is. I think it's like in here. Coventry, Peterborough, Norwich, Great Yarmouth, So if we find Coventry Stadium, because I don't think we're like in the downtown, we're on Rugby Road, Charter Avenue, Kirby Corner, Westwood, 4G football pitch, Warwick. So this is down in Warwick. So here we're in Coventry. War Memorial Park, Daventry, Blackburns, Binley, Ball Hall. I need to see if I can find like Rugby Road or something here, or just that stadium. Hackney Road, this is Walgrave. Coventry Building Society Arena, I don't think that's the one. Dial, Longford, Colonel, Winding House, Farndale, Kirkdale. I don't think that's the one. Beacon. Geez, this is Speedway Lane. I don't anticipate that I'll find that. Speedway Lane and what's this? Rugby Road. And Rugby Road's kind of coming out to the right here to the east. Rugby Road. See if I can find that. Here's Burnaby Road, Peak. Wimbledon, Radford, Foster. Dale Wiley, Bull Christchurch. Coventry, like I don't think we're in the city proper here. Sovereign, Kirby, Kingston, Bristol, Grimton, Westwood, Newcomb, Broadway, Mickleton, Earlston, Osborne, Beechwood, Quinton, Mile, Puma, Broadway. That's Speedway and Rugby. Looking for Speedway or Rugby. Ashington, Whitley, Burnham, Anglian, Northfield, Cassia, Meredith, Longfellow, Druid, Airfield, Clay, Britain, Shakespeare Street, St. Ives, Sewell, Dorchester, or Edgewick now, like Cook Tower, St. Nicholas, Radford, Thornhill, Eagle. Like, you think we would see that stadium in here somewhere? Bede, Holland. I'm semi-determined here to try to find it. I'll probably give up here in a minute, but I know we're in Coventry. I'm just shocked we can't find that stadium. Because that does say Coventry Stadium, doesn't it? Like, I'm not... I'm not tripping out. Where was that clearing at? Right here. Yeah, Coventry Stadium. We're in Coventry. For the Jubilee Junction. Coventryans RFC since the rugby club. But I'm just gonna say that we're like here and call it a day. We were over here in Brandon. So that's a Rugby and Speedway. But it's not showing up in there. Okay. 5.8 miles away. Lockwood. We got the yellow. Gateway cars. Range Rover there, footway, footpath. It's just a very classic UK sort of street. Oh, this will be helpful. And bridge. .co.uk building contractors, mechanical aspects of work. Ambridge. Basma, approved contractor. That actually wasn't helpful at all. Lockwood Road. This feels like the setting of every British teen drama I grew up watching. Like literally all of them, were in a town like this. Very hilly though, actually, quite hilly. This is cute, the guy waving at the go-kart and that dog just taking a big yawn. That's really funny. Maybe this sign will give us some. No brushes, no scratches, just hands. Ooh, hold on, actually bump it back. Coins. Never mind, that didn't tell me one bit. Valley Hand Car Wash and Valeting Center. Valley Car Wash. Valley Hand. Oh, it's a hand car wash, so Valley is just the name of it, but I feel like there's not going to be a place named Valley, so that's sort of a non. Also, I've always been curious, what are these zigzaggy lines for? I see them all over the UK. What are they for, the zigzaggy road lines? I've always been curious. Can I come down here? Ooh, this seems helpful. Welcome to the lanes. That's not helpful. I think this is just the housing development. I feel like this might be like a bigger city like London or Manchester. Maybe not London, maybe this is like an area near Manchester something. Like, I feel like this is a suburban area near a major city. Herringthorpe Valley Park. That gives us something to go off of. Now Thorpe. I think Thorpe is English. I think like the use of Thorpe is an English thing, not anything else, because I think it was like an Anglo-Saxon word that exists only in a few places. I don't know, I've been reading about like 1066 and the Battle of Hastings and all that. I'm in the middle of a 4-part podcast about all that. But there's like so much information all at once. It's kind of hard to keep it all. Some of it kind of gets mixed around. Herringthorpe, so far, I'm not really seeing it anywhere. So it might just be like a regional area thing. The DR. Turkey. Let's see. I don't know, I'm just gonna throw out a random guess here because I don't want to keep looking at the same one. I'm gonna say that we're down here outside of Manchester, like out over here or something. We were near Rotherham in Dalton, Magna and East Herringthorpe. Honestly, not that far away. I'm not that mad about that. 35 miles away. Okay. Looks like we're on a trail. I've really been hoping for like a big city type thing, but haven't gotten that so far. It really looks like we're just on a trail out here. Welcome to Horsford. Horsford, okay. So it looks like we're in another sort of agricultural area. We do have the hedgerows, but they're a bit shorter this time. Another big farming complex there. Lots of farms out here, lots of farmland. But you know what I noticed about all this farmland in the UK is all the fields tend to be empty. Like, where's our big rows of... There's some crop fields down that way, it looks like, but like... Where's our corn? Where's our wheat? Where's our beans? Like, where's our stuff that's being grown in these fields at? Okay. Mishaw, South Molton, Worlington, and Drayford. Now, I have not heard of any of those places, so we are not in a part of the UK that I am familiar with. But it gives us something to go off of. Looking at the names, I don't think that we're in Scotland. Just like Molten, Drayford, Worlington. The D-O-N I think means town. And it's a very, you see Darlington, like it's a British or English thing. Sorry, Bolton, Molten. Like, so I'm gonna come looking down here, just based on the etymology of the words I'm seeing. Okay, Misha, South Molton, Worlington, Drayford, South Molton, Worlington, Drayford. South Molton, Worlington. That's Dartmouth, not Drayford, Worlington. Misha, South Molton. That's Melton. North Dotton, Wyland, Soughton, St. Mary, Drayford, South Molton, Misha, Bournemouth Pool, Crockerton, Bilton, Glastonbury, Taunton, Kennington, Weston, Bristol, Sutton, Bath, Chippenham, Swindon. Where are we? Northampton, Cambridge, Bedford, Kew, Sorston, Gorby, Hillsborough, Telford, Welshpool, Macclesfield, Stoke-on-Trent. I'm gonna throw a shot in the dark and just say we're up here. No, we were way down. See, I was in this area. I just completely missed that. 282.3 miles away. This might be our last, and I want to get a city one, so let's keep going here until I get a city. Or something that's a little bit, different for me to bite into. Let's get something really, like we keep getting. Okay, this is at least a little bit more interesting to look at. We're on the A740. A740. I thought they only had like one or two numbers. No, like I want to get in among something interesting looking. Something I can bite into. Let's get me out of these rural areas. Okay, here we go. This is good. Authorized vehicles Monday to Friday. We have this beautiful, I mean, just look at this. This is gorgeous. Looks like this was a castle front, or maybe it was a church, maybe both. Kulia.com. That says Sheffield, but that doesn't necessarily mean we're in Sheffield. Keys and Royal Monumental Masons, Crematorium, City Road, Garage, Luxury Worktops. Well, that's a Cooley Luxury Worktops van, and that's their building. So I reckon we are in Sheffield. That was a little bit anticlimactic. I think Sheffield's up here. Yeah, there it is. I reckon that's probably the Sheffield Cathedral that we're across the street from, right? On the A. City Road. Maybe not. On City Road, Church Street, Sully Street, Tenor Street. Glossop Road, Bolton Street. City, we're on City Road. Church Street, Castle Street. Russell Street, Burton Road. Wannabe Road. Lane. Road, looking for City. Let's see, A61. A6135. A6135. Brook Hill. It says the A61. So why does it say A6135? Is that different from the A61? Is it the same? Peniston Road. Like I don't understand it, but the A61. A6135. Okay, A6135. Funeral home. That's Highgrieve. I don't think that's it. The Common. Chapel Down Road. Okay, so that's A6135. Eventually it turns into City Road, and that's where I need to catch it. Okay, and there it's gone. There it's gone. A6135, Barnsley Road. We Mansfield Station, White Lane. I feel like we're not even in Sheffield anymore. Apparently we are. Olympus. 6195. Okay, so they're both. Where does 35 end up? A 6135 disappears at this point. So we're somewhere in here. And I don't really know what we're looking at, what the name of that building would be. I do imagine it's like a quite famous building. We're facing sort of northeast-ish. It's on the right. Okay, so it's on the right Tunhill. I think it's on Tunhill. It's on our right. St. Patrick's Church. No. I just don't know where this could be. Norbury Court, could that be it? I don't think that's a courthouse. I really don't know. Maybe we're like here. We were down there. That's pretty close at 3,796 yards, but I think that is what I'll call it today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you found this relaxing. If you did, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more content just like this every single day. Till next time, guys.